Alright, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Zone. I'm back with another video. Now, today I got a different video for y'all. Today it's a little bit different. The video gonna be a little bit longer just because I want to break down like little stuff that beginner traders don't really like understand how to put together. So I'm gonna try my best to explain in this video a simple strategy for everybody that's like a beginner trader to be able to come into the markets and still be able to chart up the charts and stuff like that. So let's get into it. But before we start that, y'all know I gotta go ahead and give a shout out to the socials. So if you aren't following me on Instagram yet, follow me on Instagram at I'm Kenzo. I'm doing the FTMO challenge giveaway on my Instagram page, so make sure you go and follow me right now so you can be a part of this giveaway. I'm either going to do the raffle tomorrow on December the 10th, or I'm going to do it on the weekend. It all depends on what, how tomorrow goes. So make sure you follow me on Instagram for that. Also, go and subscribe to my second channel. The link is in the description. It's a channel that me and my girlfriend started together, so y'all can go subscribe to that channel if y'all want to see some extra stuff that we do. Also, if you want to sign up for my signals chat, we've been killing it in the signals chat, bro. I wish I could show y'all on the screen, but I'm not about to do all that right now. Y'all can go on my Instagram and look at my highlights and stuff. But yeah, the signals chat been going crazy. If you want to sign up for the signals chat, all you have to do is go to forexacademy.com and you can subscribe to the signals channel now through the website. You no longer have to contact me or my assistant anymore. You can do everything online. Last thing, if you want to learn how to trade the way I trade, you can always go to division1trading.com. That's the academy that I learned how to trade from. I'm still in that academy. I'm still, learning new stuff every day. But if you want to learn from the source that taught me, you can go and check out division1trading.com. Link gonna be in the description. You can go and learn how to trade yourself from there. But let's get into this video. All right, we on the charts now, y'all. So basically, I'm about to just go ahead and break down everything that a beginner trader should be doing. Even if you just like a trader that been trading for a minute, but you still need that extra, like, no education is ever too much education, right? So that's basically all I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and break down this little chart and show y'all exactly how I would get into the trade, how I would mark up the trade and stuff like that, right? I don't have a specific trade that I'm looking at. I'm just about to show y'all how to mark up the chart, okay? So let's get into it. First thing that you need to do is you need to determine the direction of the market, right? You can do this in many ways. You can really just zoom out and just look and see which way the market is going, right? If we was over here and looking at this way, we would say, okay, the market is in a downtrend, right? These are all 4-hour candles, so the market has just been pushing down, so it was in a little downtrend right there. Then the market, in this time that we in now, the market is in an uptrend, right? It's creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Cool. So I determine the market. If I were you guys, I would determine the market direction on the 4-hour chart just so you can see the way everything is going. And the way you can do this is by doing the trend line. You can draw from like a wick and try to connect as many wicks as you can on that same direction, right? So the way I would draw it is like this. Let me remove drawings. I basically just grab a trend line, take it from like the lowest wick that I see, and I would move it up here until I get a bunch of wick touches, right? As you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6 candles touch this trend line and reject it off of it. So that lets me know that the trend line is in a good area, right? So what do you do next? Next, you need to identify areas of support and resistance, right? So we basically just call them zones. We just gonna mark up zones where price come and leave, right? Or price give a reaction in that specific area. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark up a zone for this peak high, right? And basically that's just the highest point that the market went to before it crashed. I mean, before it like rejected it real hard, right? Which is right here. So this is called our peak high. All right, so basically, yeah, we got this right here, which is called our peak high, right? We're gonna grab this and we just gonna make a zone around here. So any candles that was in this area, when we go down to the smaller time frames, we gonna see what was going on, right? So next thing you wanna do is you wanna find like an area that's kind of like in the middle, just so we can have somewhere to trade off of once we leave this area. If price comes back up here, we know it's gonna reject it, right? So we would be looking to take profit like at a middle area, and then we would have another zone just like for our long-term swing, right? So how do I find this? I basically just look at areas where price wicked a bunch of times and rejected. So I would draw something like this zone, right? I would draw like a zone right here, connecting a bunch of these wicks. I hate trading view, bro, but something like this, right? And why am I drawing it like this? I'm drawing it like this because, let me change the color just to make it lighter for y'all. All right, cool. I'm gonna do this one too. All right, so then y'all should be able to see that better. So we got this peak high, we got this zone right here, right? Which will honestly, this would be my zone that I trade from here all the way back down to here, right? Even though we got these other, you know, we got this low right here that the market came, but I'm just going to try to take a trade right here, right? If that's what I would do. So let's go and find one more zone, and I'm gonna draw it right here. Now you might not always be able to find a bunch of zones on a 4 hour. You might have to go down to like the hour chart and do the zone, but I'm gonna just take this right here, right? Now the reason I drew this zone in the middle right here is because price came up here, rejected. It came back up here again, rejected. Came up here, rejected, 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 right? Rejected here, rejected over here, right? And now this is where we at with price right now, okay? So the chart's gonna look a little messy sometimes, especially when you're using TradingView, because everything just looks weird on here. That's why I like to use the MetaTrader 4. But we got our 3 zones marked up, right? Like I said, I like to have a peak high, then I would have a middle zone, and then I would have the last zone, which is the zone that I'm gonna trade from here to here, right? If I was looking to swing, because like let's check and see how many pips this is. If we check the pips, if we come from out of here to here, it's about 200 pips, right? Yeah, it's about 200 pips. But let's go down to the hour chart now. So how do we take these trades, okay? First off, this trade up here was an easy trade, right? But we didn't have a zone for this. I mean, we could have used, if we drag this out all the way over here, we did have some price action over here. We did have like another high, which we could have used, but let's just focus on what's current, okay? So even before this peak high got formed, right? This trade could have been taken basically just straight off of divergence, right? You can see that price is divergent right here, right? That basically just means price made a high and then made another high, right? It's forming like an M, and then we come down here, and then on the RSI it's pushing down, right? Even though it's pushing up on price, on the RSI is moving down. And then what this like my signature trade. I would take this trade off an engulfing pattern, right? So we get in off the engulfing, and then we take price lower, okay? But let's just play off what we got now, because this has already happened. So let's just say if we was looking for a trade to happen right now, how would what would I be looking for? First off, I would have took this trade right here today, okay? Whenever this trade happened, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but I would have took this trade. Why? As you can see, we got our trend line, right? What happened after that? Price came and touched the trend line, right? Which was also our zone that we marked up based off this previous data over here. So this is like 3 confluences right here. You got a trend line reaction, right? It came down into your zone, right? And then what was the last confirmation that we seen? I think it was just 2, matter of fact. Okay, yeah, we just got 2. So we got a trend line reaction, and then we got price trading out of this zone, right? So if you would have just took this trade right here, you would have made, say you would have got in somewhere in this, you would have been up about 60 pips, 70 pips, right? So this was a 70 pip play, but then the same move came and happened again, okay? We traded back down to this zone, respected it, and then we went back up and we went above the zone. Now what I'm waiting on right now is either for price to come back down and break through this zone, and then we continue lower, or we come back up and then we start, you know, trading above this zone, which will take us higher. So the price could either go 2 ways. But okay, once we got our zones and our trend line and stuff marked up, we go down to the 5-minute chart to do all of our entries, right? Because this gives us a edge on the market, because we can see exactly where we want to get in at. So let's just say we was taking this trade off the trend line again, right? let's just look at that first trade we was talking about. This was like the perfect trade, okay? Look at this. We wouldn't have wanted to get in. Okay, look, we wouldn't have wanted to get in off of this candle, right? Because this is an engulfing candle, it just literally just spiked all the way up there. Crazy market reaction, bro. Look how many pips this was in just 2 candles. In 10 minutes, price went all the way up 100 pips in 10 minutes, bro. That's crazy. But anyway, this would have been our play. Okay, price came back down for the retest, right? Now we get an engulfing candle right inside of this zone, right? We get an engulfing candle in this zone, and it's right on the trend line. So that's letting us know that, okay, price is reacting to this area. What do? You now place a trade at the closing of this engulfing candle, right? If you can get it right there, but you really can take it anywhere right here. But I like to get it as soon as that engulfing candle close, I place the trade, and then I try to get at least a 10 pip or a 20 pip stop loss. So if I'm taking a trade here, my stop loss gotta be 10 pips, right? And just because of how close this is on GU, and GU move really volatile, I would have opened up the stop loss to 20 pips and I would have opened the stop loss up to 20 pips and just lowered my lot size by half of what I would normally use. Okay, so we got a 20 pip stop loss now. Our stop loss is right here, right below these candles, right? So perfect stop loss, perfect entry, and now we just let the trade run for 30 pips, right? Because that's all we trying to get on a daily basis. We trying to get 30 pips. A lot of y'all try to aim for too many pips, which is unrealistic, right? I mean, no, you can get it, as you can see. The trade went for about 66 pips off this plus more, like the following days. But you gotta set yourself a goal, bro. And 30 pips need to be your goal, 20 to 30, right? But to see, we always gotta have at least a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward. So you probably should go for 40, right? But even if you went for 40, look how quick it hit your TP, right? It hit your TP so quick. So now, let's see. In total, if you would have swing traded this trade, right? This trade overall went for, I hate trading you, bro. It overall went for about 167 pips from our entry, right? Never came nowhere near close to our stop loss, and that trade got hit, right? Where would our take profit area have been? Like I said, we aim for 40 pips, but if you wanted to trade from zone to zone or something like that, because this is basically just what this strategy is, you basically just trading from zone to zone. You could have took your profit up here, right, at this zone. So anywhere in here you could have took profit. So you could have traded from this entry all the way up to this little wick right here, right? And you could have took profit there. Or you could, if market structure is still holding up, you can try to take it all the way back up here, which it came close to, but it didn't quite get it. So that's how you could have entered that trade. And let's look at another example, right? Let's look at trading from, say we came all the way down here, we went up to this zone, and you wanted to just scalp it. How could you have took a scalp off this entry? All you got to do is just look at market structure, right? Okay, right here we got kind of a flat price, right? Price is kind of flat, right? We got like a double top right here. And then if we go to the RSI, what's going on? Price is going lower, right? So we got divergence right here, and then we inside of a zone. So divergence at zones is like the most fire thing that you can get, right? When you trading like this, you get a divergence at the zone, and then you get an engulfing candle. It's no reason you shouldn't take that trade, right? This might have been during Asia session just because I see how slow the market was moving. But let's say you took this trade. But let's say you got into this trade right here, right? Off this engulfing candle right here. This white engulfing candle. You could literally just have held that trade with a 20 pip stop loss, right? Already like a 10 pip stop loss. But I would have just said the 20 just to be safe. Right? You got the 20 pip stop loss, and then you just want to trade it from this zone back down to this one, right? That's gonna be your first little TP. So if you would have took it from here, look at what you got. You got a trade that never came back to your stop loss, and it came into this zone, right? And let's just say we took it right at the entry of the zone, right? You got an 82 pip trade. All you just had to do was be patient, right? And you could have stacked up more entries as price was moving down, right? You take profit here and then you look for another setup, right? We look for another reaction. And what was the reaction? Price came all the way back down here and then it shot right back up to this zone again, came back down, traded out of this zone one more time, right? That's all you need to do with this strategy. It's so simple. You basically just ping pong in the market back and forth every time you get market reaction. Now, in certain cases, you're gonna get where price comes to the zone and it doesn't just shoot straight off of it, right? It's gonna do something where it sometimes it's gonna go above the zone, come back, retest, and then, you know, continue up. But that's all you wanna look for when you trading like this. It's real simple. Hopefully y'all understood what I was saying and the way that I explained it. Y'all can just rewatch the video if you don't get it, and then you can, you know, practice on the charts and just do some charting up. But this is just a simple strategy for people that's beginning to learn how to trade or just know a little bit about trading but just want a way to get into the market. You can trade this way. It works. Of course, what I do nowadays, I add a whole bunch of other stuff with my trading, but this strategy definitely works. It's a good strategy. I'm not going to include fibs and stuff in this video because I don't think it really it fits in here right now. But this is basically just a basic, you know, way to get into the market to start trading. Practice it on your demo account and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure most of y'all have heard of this way of trading already, but I just wanted to break it down for y'all my way. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna show y'all for the day. Alright, so hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, man. If you did, make sure y'all go ahead and drop a like for your boy. Make sure you sub to the channel as well. We on the road to 20,000 subs. Right now we at 11,000. We've been growing quick. So I appreciate all the love that everybody been showing. Also, like I said, subscribe, follow me on Instagram if you want to, at @ImKenzo. It's gonna be on screen somewhere. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna see y'all in my next one. Peace.